What's going on, everybody, and welcome to J Sports Seattle. In this video, I'm going to be going over the Seahawks draft, just going over the draft as a whole, since it concluded yesterday. I wasn't able to get to it yesterday because things came up, but I'm here making it now. So yeah, I'm just going to go over this draft and what everyone else has been saying and what I think about it. So if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Seahawks and Seattle sports content. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. All right, so yeah, the end of the draft was yesterday. That's kind of like our little bit of football excitement for the next probably couple months before training camp starts. But yeah, it was a great draft, and this is honestly one of the best drafts that we've had in the past. Ever since John Schneider took over as GM. I honestly think this draft could potentially be better than 2022. I really think it could be. Probably obviously not as good as 2012, but I do think it could be better than 2022. And if that's the case, oh man, this team is ready to go places. So, firstly, let's get on with what like the national media has said about us in this draft. So, USA Today gave us a B+ overall, 12th overall. The other NFC West teams were all ranked 20th or worse. Oof. So that's good. That they even though some media outlets will give us a high grade, but not like the highest. They'll see that our draft is still better than what our division rivals did. So that's good. Keep in mind, Michael Strahan works at USA Today. So he could have influenced what the rankings for USA Today, just based off his his experience, because he's a Hall of Famer. Pro Football Focus gave us an A. They particularly liked the Torrey Horton, which I really loved, the Torrey Horton and Damian Martinez picks. These are perfect chef kisses picks right there. Oh my goodness. Another thing, Torrey Horton, he would face off against Travis Hunter, who, since Colorado faces Colorado State. I'm sure every state has their own turf, their territory bowl, if you will. And Torrey Horton couldn't be guarded by Travis Hunter. So that's from what I saw. So that's really good. That's a really good pickup. He's speedy. He's 6'2", so he has some height to him, which is nice. It's not like a slot. He can play on the outside. And Martinez, he's a little bit of a beefier guy, but that dude is a bulldozer and fits what Mike McDonald wants in his players. A physical guy that will just punch through people. So I really love these picks. These are Mike McDonald picks right here, especially this running back pick right here. So yeah, PFF gave us an A. CBS Sports gave us an A while giving a Niners a C. That's something to note. So the first two sentences called John Schneider quietly one of the best in the business when it comes to the draft, followed by the potential of Gray Zabel, an all-pro center. Here's the thing: Gray Zabel, he's either going to be put left guard or center. My money is on center. I'm leaning more, so he'll probably start at center, but you never know. He could do both potentially, depending on how things go. Maybe we might sign a center. Maybe we might sign a left guard. But overall, we got back-to-back A's here, and we're going three-peat because Sports Illustrated also gave us an A, and they gave them a D. Their favorite pick was Nick Emenwari. And me personally, my favorite pick might have to be Nick Emenwari as well, just due to the fact that this dude is one of the most explosive guys that we have seen in recent memory from the draft, and he was one of the, if not the best safety in the nation last year. So, and we got him with the 35th pick. Albeit we had to trade up to get him, but still, we had the picks to do that. We had the capacity to do so. So that was an A+ S tier pick right there, in my opinion, and that is definitely my favorite pick. Second favorite is definitely Gray Zabel. Surprisingly, even though I've been stressing we need to get O-line, my favorite player picked out of this draft is a safety. So that's because this dude is the caliber that this dude is, and this dude can be a Pro Bowler. And even here, I'm actually going to go to his I'm gonna go to his draft profile. Um, yeah. So like, let's see, just loading. So yeah, it says he will become a good starter within 2 years. I think. See, look at that. First, he was ranked as the best safety in the draft, and he fell to the second round. He was projected to go to in the mid first round. So that's crazy. 6'3", 220 pounds. His vertical jump is 43 inches. Like, that is insane. He ran a 4.38 40, which is unprecedented at 6'3". Like, I understand, DK 6'4", and he ran like a 4, like a sub 4.3, but like, that's still insane. Being 6'3", 220 pounds, and you're running like that, man. An insane pick. This was definitely the best player available at the 35th pick, and that is who we got. 100% hands down the best player available at that pick. And John Schneider knew it, and he went and got his guy. And that's why this is why John Schneider, he's proving that he's here for the long haul, and he's probably going to be here for the foreseeable future. And his contract is through 2027, so we'll probably extend him. But this is just amazing work by John Schneider right here, and proves that he is quietly one of the better GMs in the league still, one of the elite GMs. Not get to that yet. But let's continue with the grades. So we went from A to A to A, and then Pro Football Network gave us a B+, while they give the Niners a B+. So yeah, B+. So far we haven't gotten anything lower than a B+. So that is really, really good. The Ringer gave us an A, one of the 5 best grades. The New York Post gave us the 3rd best class. For a different approach, Sharp Football Analysis used 2 consensus big boards / mock draft systems to rank the value, reach or steal. We came in at 12th, so bolstered by Emanwari and Jalen Milroe, but lowered by Gray Zabel and Robbie Oust. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but I don't know why. I think the thing is like, he's not understanding that this pick right here, this is a fullback pick. This is not a tight end pick. Like, literally, if you go to Seahawks social media, and like when they announce picking him, they announce him as a fullback, not as a tight end. So, I don't agree with this one, me personally, just because partially because of that, and also because Gray Zabel, even though he comes from FCS, you have to keep in mind that Gray Zabel, he got offered multiple NIL deals to go to different FBS schools, but chose to stay at FCS. And actually, I'll actually get to that later. But yeah, they gave us 12, which is still above average. It's still good, but I think we are better than that. So they put the Falcons as the best. That is the most valuable draft class. So I don't know. But yeah, overall, nobody gave us anything like in terms of like letter grading. Nobody gave us lower than a B+, which is awesome to see. And then you go to, and then we go over to, the NFL web page, and they gave us an A-. So yeah, nothing lower than a B+, which is awesome, perfect. So I'm actually going to take some time to talk about our day 5 picks, or day 3 picks, round 5s through 7. Or technically rounds 4 through 7, even though we didn't draft a guy in the 4th round, we did trade. This is all just perfect right here. I mean, these top 5 picks right here are all really, really good, and these bottom 6 picks, we actually got an extra pick, so we picked 7 times, or 11 times instead of 10. Great. I mean, Torrey Horton, awesome. Bryce Cable-Dew, or fullback, Robbie Oust. Even the NFL has it listed as a fullback. From Alabama, we got him. We got a guard project in the 6th round from Kansas. I actually know about this guy. A running back from Miami, nice. Got another another offensive tackle prospect, potentially a backup, and wide receiver. Somebody, a special teams guy maybe. So like, this is just this is an amazing draft. An A-. I give it an A. I don't give it an A+, just because maybe, I mean, honestly, I might have to give it an A+ because we didn't really do anything wrong here. Maybe we could have drafted. We probably could have waited for Milroe to drop, and we probably, if we needed to get him, trade up to get him in the 4th round, we could have, but we also wouldn't have been able to get these guys. So honestly, I'm okay with us taking Milroe in the 3rd round, which is what you're supposed to do with a project quarterback. You don't like obviously when you if you draft a quarterback in the 1st round, you're expecting him to start, not like especially if if he's a top 10 pick. Same with the 2nd round. Maybe it depends on the 2nd round. Like Geno Smith, he got thrust into the starting role. So it just depends. But we got him in the 3rd round, and we got, and just for comparison, we got Russell Wilson in the 3rd round. Although, albeit we got him with the 75th pick, and not the 92nd, but still, Jalen Milroe, I believe outside of Cam Ward, has the highest ceiling in the draft because of his athleticism. All he needs to do is fix that arm. It's kind of like that Justin Fields thing. If you can fix your arm, you're going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league with your dual threat and your athleticism, because that's the thing. That's how we won against the Niners, by having Russ. Russ was a big part of us beating the Niners and a lot of our division rivals because they couldn't account for his legs. And the thing with Milroe is he's taller than Russ. He's 6'2". He's bigger than Russ, and he's faster than Russ, he's stronger than Russ. So like I said, he has a cannon. He can throw a deep bomb, but his short to intermediate accuracy is not good, and that is what you have to do well as a quarterback if you want to be successful in the NFL. Obviously, you want to have your deep bomb, but you can't be one-dimensional. You have to be able to throw the ball attack all parts of the field. So he is a project quarterback. He will sit under Sam Darnold this year. Mike McDonald has confirmed that Sam Darnold will be the starter. So there will be no quarterback competition, it seems like, in the offseason. And, us drafting him meant that we traded this guy, Sam Howell. So we traded him to the Vikings to move up to get this guy right here, Riley Mills. We traded up 30 spots. We were at the 172nd pick. We traded 30 spots to go get Riley Mills, who I think is a really good pick. He had an injury which tanked his draft stock, but if this dude stays healthy, he's going to be a steal in the draft because he was amazing at Notre Dame. He played in a defensive culture, which he'll translate right into Mike McDonald's scheme. I feel like if he gets some playing time and stays healthy first and gets some playing time. So this is just great. This is just a masterclass by both by the front office, John Schneider and Mike McDonald, and Clint Kubiak, because I know Clint Kubiak had some say in this stuff. This is just great right here. And this Nick Emmanwori pick, the fact that we were able to get him in the 2nd round, that's just amazing work by John Schneider right there, by keeping an eye and just being smart. So, but yeah, trading Sam Howell, I mean, I thought he could have been good, but he's just not that good. He's just not that good of a quarterback. And clearly the Seahawks saw that we needed to move off him and go get. We didn't want to have to pay. We already paid Drew Lock backup money, which I do like that move because he is a good backup. So we paid Drew Lock, and we don't have to pay Howell. So getting a quarterback on a rookie contract is much better than having to pay a quarterback another like a $7 million. A 2-year, $7 million contract. So that's great work by John Schneider right there. Again, and moving on, according to Next Gen Stats, the Seahawks targeted elite athletes throughout the draft, selecting a league-high 4 players with an NGS athleticism score of 85 or higher. Seattle's first 4 picks had an average athleticism score of 91, the highest by any team in the draft since 2003. That is crazy right there. That's like, and it's unprecedented because we don't see we don't see John do stuff like that. I feel like the past few years we've been reaching on needs, which I believe that was probably Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll was, like I said, Pete Carroll was the one. He was the VP of football operations. So that means that dude had just as much say in the roster as John Schneider. And he was probably the one. He was the one that was in charge of getting the coaching staff, and he was the one in charge of picking his guys and getting his guys. Pete Carroll I think Pete Carroll. What it seems like is Pete Carroll would tell John Schneider, draft this guy, and then John Schneider would draft him. So technically, John Schneider was doing the drafting, but Pete Carroll was the one telling him what to do. So that's like, but we're seeing that Pete Carroll's not here anymore, and we're seeing a complete shift in drafting philosophy from John Schneider by drafting an offensive tackle in the first round, a guard in the first round, and trading up, something that we would not do when Pete was here. I don't remember the last time we traded up 30 spots in the second round, nonetheless. And we traded back a bunch in the fourth and fifth round. We basically were playing chess, and with the draft this year, and we got the guys that we wanted. So this is just amazing work by John Schneider, and we got 3 people with elite athleticism: Gray Zabel, Emin Wari, and Jalen Milroe, who, with the 99 athleticism, is just insane. Like I said, you combine that athleticism with his arm, and he fixes that arm. That dude's going to be a formidable quarterback. So, this is just great. This is great to see from this is just great to see from the Seahawks and from John Schneider. So, and then moving on, the Seahawks are sending a clear message with this draft. I came across this, and this just does a great job of summarizing of what John and Schneider are looking for in guys and who they're looking for in players. So we had 11 selections in this draft. So here's something. So there's something that Cole Musgrove, shout out to this guy right here for pointing this out from the Seahawks Wire. He pointed something out about these players. Gray Zabel, 1 school 5 years. Emin Wari, 1 school 3 years. Arroyo, 1 school 4 years. Milroe, 1 school 4 years. 2-time team captain. Mills, 1 school 5 years, team captain. Horton, 2 schools, 5 years in college. 2-time team captain. Ousts, 1 school 4 years. Cabledew, 1 school 5 years. Martinez, 2 schools 3 years. 1 school 5 years for Richmond. Ricky White, 2 schools, 5 years, 2-time team captain. You notice a trend among all these picks? A majority of them stay where they commit to. So, and he says it here, the Seahawks loaded up on players who are high character caliber young men who commit to a school team for multiple years and are elevated by their peers to positions of leadership. We got 4 people that were team captains. And additionally, it should be noted, like I said this earlier, Gray Zabel had multiple NIL offers to leave in North Dakota State for more prominent schools. Instead, he opted to stay at the team he committed to, play with his brother, and compete for another national championship. You can't coach something like that. That's just, like it says here, that's because something that you're just human. And that is who we're selecting, guys. We're selecting team-first guys who are not here to put themselves above anybody else. They're here for their team and for their teammates. And I think that's another part of the reason why we traded DK and Geno, because they didn't want to be here. And why would you want to pay people who don't want to be here in Seattle? And especially since DK had problems with Geno, that's the thing. We are getting guys that are committed and will stayed with their team. And that shows character. So I really, really like that. That little, it's a non-trivial thing because it shows who we're looking for in our players. Someone who is no nonsense, ready to play, loyal, and will put their best foot forward every single day. So this is just a great draft by the Seattle Seahawks, by John Schneider. Mike McDonald, I know, had a huge say in this draft. Clint Kubiak, I'm sure, had a say in this draft as well. This is just awesome right here, and I'm super happy with this draft. I give it an A. I do give it an A. I really do. Like I said, I think this draft could be better than 2022, and that class was really good considering it produced Charles Cross, Kenneth Walker, and Tariq Woolen, and Kobe Bryant. So I do think that we'll be able to beat that draft with this draft. So this is just a massive draft class. Also, I guess while we're at it, I don't really know much about the UDFAs. I took a look at who we signed for UDFA's UDFA tracker. Seahawks. But, you could find someone like a Bobo, So, reported, we got UNLV linebacker Jackson Woodward. We got Seth Coleman, Jalen Gaines, Federico Manages, South Alabama defensive lineman Wykevius Bubba Thomas. Like that. We got another tight end, Marshall Lang. He got a signing bonus as well, which is cool. We got an edge. One thing I noticed that we didn't draft was an edge, which is makes me think that we feel confident with our edge room, and potentially we might be looking into next year's draft. So West Virginia, we got West Virginia defensive lineman T.J. Jackson from Villanova DB Isis Waxter, LSU DB Zai Alexander, UCF Amari Kite, Tyrone Broden, Arkansas wide receiver who stands at 6'7". That's crazy. Wow. And then we invited a few people. Like we invited Luke Felix Falalu. Sorry, I'm butchering names. Tyler Ellsbury, Iowa interior offensive lineman. Brandon Brown from UTSA, defensive lineman. Portland State DB Tyrese Shakir. I like that name. Central Missouri wide receiver Zach Patterson, Hawaii cornerback Cam Stone, and then Louisville defensive tackle Thor Griffith, all invited to rookie minicamp. So yeah, this is just a great draft right here, and I know these guys are ready to work. I want to find out when rookie minicamp is. I think it's in June. 2025. Oh, it begins May 12th. It's actually the day I graduate. So it's actually only a month from now. Or it's not even a month from now. It's only, like 2.5 weeks from now. And then voluntary minicamp dates. NFL. So that's April. Oh, that already happened. Oh, yeah, that's right, because I remember seeing posts of, like, Sam Darnold throwing a Cooper Cup. Here, I can actually just go here and look at the dates on the NFL website. Also, rookie minicamp is on May 12th, but also the May 12th May 12th is a big day for multiple reasons. Rookie minicamp is that day, and the schedule is getting released, so that's huge. So I'm going to Seahawks. So our first day was April 22nd. Our OTAs our first start on May 22nd, and then mandatory minicamp is June 17th. So yeah, a little less than 2 months from now is when everyone has to report. And I don't think we have any issues in terms of contract, so I don't think we have to worry about that. And we have enough money to pay. We have enough money to pay our rookies, so we're good on that. We should have a pretty drama-free off season when it comes to like contracts and stuff. Devin Witherspoon was like that one, was like the one thing, and it was just a little blip, and nobody ever talks about that because he's balling out. He's balling out in Seattle, so no one cares. But yeah, this draft, oh my goodness, this draft has potential to be better than 2022. Not as good as 2012, obviously, but could be as good as 2020 or better than 2022. So I really like this draft. John Schneider has really shown that this is who he is, and he's just a great drafter. No matter doesn't need anybody to tell him what to do. This is him. I mean, obviously he'll take suggestions from his head coach and his offensive coordinator, but at the same time, he has to make he's the one making the decision. So this is just great to see, and I love this draft. Great job, John Schneider. You have proven I have no if I had any doubts about you, I really didn't have much doubts. I knew you were still good, and I just said that this is a break it draft for you. That's all. And he made it pass with flying colors. So awesome. Thanks so much, John Schneider, for getting our needs and just making this team look better. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this team looks going further into offseason as mini camps come around. and I can't wait for this schedule to release. So, yeah, I think that's all I have for this video. So if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Seahawks and Seattle sports content. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good day, and go Hawks, go Mariners, and go Kraken.